Hey guys, this is Callum from EnglishShooting and I'm starting off Utah 2018 with a tour of all the gear that I'm going to be taking out there just like last year. There's a few additions, but I hopefully will be able to give you a few tips of what to bring if you're going on a shooting trip, and certainly if you want to record some amazing videos, what gear you're going to need as well. So let's get into it and start the 2018 Utah trip series. Starting straight off, you can see that along the back there, that's more of the shooting stuff, and along the front is more of the video gear. If you're interested in the sort of gear I have for running English shooting, then well, this is a great video to watch as well. I'm going to start with the boring stuff over here. I've got my trusty Thule backpack. It's great. It's got the slot there for a laptop, so the MacBook Pro goes straight into there and I can fit quite a lot. There's loads of compartments and storage bits. Great bag overall. I've also got this new photography bag, so you can see there's a space for 2 cameras, and you're gonna see why I need a space for 2 cameras in there in a sec. This is actually on loan from Blue Field Sports, so I'm very grateful for being able to take that out and use that. That's going to be a great help on the range. A load of chargers, and of course my MacBook charger and headphones. The headphones are great because I can sort of sit in a bar, well, anywhere really, and edit videos. I've got a little knife as well. That's more of a range accessory, so I'll chuck that over there. And I've got the MacBook Pro. This, apart from the camera, has to be the most important bit of kit that I take. I do all the video editing and uploading with that, and well, simply I wouldn't be able to run the channel without it. Another very essential bit of kit is my Samsung Galaxy S8. I'm a massive Apple fanboy. I recently made the switch to Samsung basically to try it out, and after a couple of months I'm not too impressed, but not to start that massive argument off right now. Another essential has to be external hard drives. Last year I recorded, I think it was like 150 gigabytes worth of footage. Obviously going out there purely to film, losing footage is a nightmare, so I like to have it all backed up and safe. I've got a spare power pack as well for charging GoPros on the go, and also my phone. Now moving into the more serious photography gear, I've actually got this on loan from Blue Field Sports, which is the D3300, the Nikon. Now I currently use the Canon, that's what I'm using right now. That's the Canon 700D. Also on the Canon that I'm using right now is my Rode VideoMic Pro, and also the Joby GorillaPod, but I'm sure you've seen that before. I've got a spare lens there for the Canon 700D. That's my sort of zoom lens, my telephoto lens, and also all the spare batteries that I have for the Canon as well. I have a lavalier mic, I think that's what you call it. That's for doing interviews, getting nice, crisp, clean audio when I'm interviewing people. A load of spare SD cards. There's one already in the Mac. I've got one in this camera I'm using right now, and I can easily fill a couple of these up filming in just 1 or a couple of days. It's so nice to have spare SD cards, to not worry about filling them up. Obviously with the sponsorship and partnership with Blue Field Sports, I've got a load of swag, so anybody that's going to be out in Utah, I'm sure you're going to see these, because I'm going to be sticking them bloody everywhere, that's for sure. Other little bits here, I've got my remote for the Canon, I've got a new tripod. That's the Manfrotto carbon fiber. That's a great bit of kit. GoPro batteries, really, they should be with the GoPros over there. But a ton of GoPro batteries. I just seem to go through them so quickly when I'm out filming. English shooting patch, I'm going to be taking a few of those out with me just to be able to give to friends out there and people that I know that are interested in their patch collections. I've got a GoPro Hero 2, that's on loan from Blue Field Sports again, and allowing me to get additional angles. That's the great thing as well as having the second DSLR. GoPros are great, but the quality of a DSLR can't be beaten compared to the GoPros or any of the other small action cams. So to have a second DSLR to get those additional angles is going to be a real addition to the videos, and a real step up for the videos this year. Other photography gear, I've got my Hero 4 there, and all the gubbins that you need with a GoPro suction mounts. I've got a phone mount there, that's another Joby invention. That's really handy for like getting slow-mos, because the phones are the best thing for getting slow-mos at the moment. Here's my sacrificial camcorder. If I have a really risky shot that I want to get and I don't want to damage either DSLR or even a GoPro, then that's the thing that I'm going to put downrange in those risky positions. So the last two bits of filming gear that you can see there, I've got the DJI Osmo. This is a handheld gimbal, really funky looking thing. If you saw me at the Great British Shooting Show, you probably would have seen me walking around with that. Unfortunately, it has a habit of wiping SD cards, and that's how I managed to lose a lot of footage at the Great British Shooting Show. So I'm going to be very, very careful of that and make sure I don't lose anything too important. And then of course I've got the drone as well, spare battery. I broke this last year out in Utah. It still hasn't been completely fixed, but I've got all the bits to be able to do it now, so I will make sure that's ready, because I'm going to get a hell of a lot more footage. There was one stage that I was running up and down with that Osmo, and I was knackered by the end of it. It would have been so much easier if my drone had been working, so I really do need that to be able to save myself and save a bit of energy. So I think that's about it for video gear, for actual YouTube gear that I need to make the videos. So moving on to the shooting gear now, and the stuff that I would recommend you take out on a shooting trip. Starting with the absolutely essentials, you're going to need hearing protection. That is an absolute must, obviously, and you will all know that my hearing protection is provided by Custom Fit Guards, and I absolutely love their stuff. I'm never going back to those cheap ones that you can buy off the shelf. Also, a must is eye protection. Now, you know that I have the Oakley split jackets. I have a few lenses. I have some clear, sort of a half tint, and then a full tint lens for all different lighting conditions. I can highly, highly recommend those. I love those glasses. I think I've done a review on them, so I can put a link in the description below for that. And then other really neat gear to have, a cleaning kit, Otis cleaning kit there, the compact cleaning kit, and also I've got their 5.56 and 9mm kit. I haven't used that obviously because, well, we don't do a huge amount of sort of 223 AR-15 shooting in the UK, or even 9mm, or I certainly don't. I don't yet have a straight pull. Maybe when I have that straight pull, I'll use that a lot more. But obviously going out into the States where we're going to be using AR-15s and 9mm, it's going to be nice to have my own little cleaning kit and toolkit out there, just in case any issues arise, or if I feel generous and I want to help clean some of the guns at the end of the day, which I'm sure we all should, but probably don't all do. Another must, and I made a video about these while I was out there, is the Lula loaders. These are just absolute thumb savers. The amount of ammunition that we shoot, you've got the 223 version there, that's just worth its weight in gold, that's for sure. But this is what was really, really a necessity last year. I must have loaded a good 1,500, 2,000 round plus in that week, and my thumbs would have just been absolutely worn to the bone without one of these. Highly, highly recommend them. And if you're going to be going on an American shooting trip, then you're definitely going to need them, because they don't hold back on their ammunition. If you're going somewhere sunny, caps are a must. Keeps the sun out of your eyes, allows you to focus on the target a lot better. Last year I got so hot and sweaty I just ended up ruining this hat. I should probably put it in the wash, but I've got a much fresher blue Field Sports cap for this year, but I'm taking both. I've sort of got my rough and dirty cap, and then I've got my nice shiny sponsorship hat, as I'm sure you'll all be aware of in the recent video that I did. I think yesterday actually I released that. And a belt. If you're going to be going out doing practical shooting, of course you're going to need a gun belt. Now, the couple of things that are missing from this at the moment are the magazine holsters for the pistol, and also the holster for the pistol. Now, the reason I don't have that is because they're being sent straight out to the range for us. They should already be there, because we know exactly what gun that Ryan and I are going to be shooting. We're going to be using the Walther PPQ Match. It's going to be my first proper taste of that gun. I'm going to be shooting it for the whole week. I'm really, really looking forward to it. But the stuff that I do have, obviously shotgun caddies. If you're doing 3-gun or practical shotgun, you need a caddy. I think the Magload Nexus is going to be enough, but I do have a backup for the tack-on, which I've used for a few years now. But I'm loving the Magload, and as I've said, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be switching to that as my full competition rig full time. I've also got some AR-15 mag holsters as well, but that's my standard Ghost belt. Did me well last year and obviously does me well in competitions in the UK. A good pair of shoes is a must. I absolutely love these Asics trainers. These are actually trail running shoes. It means they've got slightly bigger grooves in them. It means in the sand and sort of the slippery dust and sand can be quite an awkward surface to run on, especially if you're climbing up stages and there's elevation changes. I didn't slip at all. These are really super comfortable, and of course I love the look of them. You definitely can't mistake me on the range, that's for sure. You're probably thinking, what the hell is this T-tail? I think that's called a coolie. You can buy them in Walmart, and basically what you do is you submerge it in water and leave it in the fridge overnight, and then you can wrap it around your neck, and it really does make a difference to your core temperature. It really helps keep you nice and fresh and cool throughout the day. Also, having it around your neck means you can't get sunburn as well, so it's a good sun blocker. My true spec trousers, I don't know what model or what these are called, but they're made by True Spec. These I highly, highly rate. You've got more pockets in there than what you know what to do with. You can just carry absolutely everything. A really comfortable elasticated waist. Obviously you're wearing the belt, so you don't have to worry about the trousers falling down, but a nice comfortable elasticated waist. And you would think wearing trousers out in the desert, out in Utah, is just going to be absolutely unbearable. These are seriously, seriously cool. You do want to try and keep covered up. A lot of people do wear long sleeve tops because it stops you from getting sunburn. These will stop your legs from getting burnt, but they help regulate your heat as well. I didn't get sweaty in those at all, and I'm going to be wearing those for the full week because they just do such a great job. They're really, really tough as well, so sliding around in the dirt isn't an issue for them. Of course, I've got a 3-gun top there with the EnglishShooting on the back, on the front even, and I think my name on the back. Yeah, Long Collins, there we go. So that's a 3-gun top from KFC. If you're a member of KFC, you're going to know all about these. I've got about 3 or 4 different American shooting trip tops. They're currently in the wash. I'm still doing final preparations, washing a few bits of clothes here and there, but I'm going to have lots of these sorts of tops. These are great. They're light and thin and they look cool, so you look the part while you're down the range. And also about looking the part, obviously being a sponsored shooter now, I've got the sponsored Bluefield Sports top with my name, obviously Long Collins on the back as well, and some more plain polos as well. So for the competition, I'm definitely going to be saving that for the competition and representing Bluefield Sports. For the evenings, if it does get a little bit cold, then I've got this lovely Bluefield Sports fleece. I think it's made by Pentagon. But there we go. I think that's just about it for all the gear that I take. I don't know how the hell I'm going to get this all in the suitcase, and I think even more so how I'm going to stay under the baggage limit for this trip. It's a lot of gear, a lot of preparation. I've got to make sure all the batteries are charged up, ready to go, and even just the smallest thing that you forget could really derail making the videos for you guys. So I've got to be organised with it. I've got to make sure everything's ready, and just having it spread out on the bed for me to make sure it's all there is a real big help. It's going to be a great time. I'm really excited. I hope you're all really excited. There's only 4 days to go now until we fly out, so not long to wait for the first few videos. Again, just like last year, I'm going to be uploading them as I go and trying to get as much content out for you as quickly as possible. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. I really hope you're excited, and as always, I hope to see you soon.